The Detroit Lions, who will play the Pittsburgh Steelers late in the 2025 season, have lost defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike to a torn ACL, head coach Dan Campbell announced. Onwuzurike played in 16 games for the Lions in 2024 and re-signed with the team in March on a one-year deal. He dealt with a knee injury at the end of last season, and Campbell noted the surgery had to be done. Over his career, he has accumulated 3.5 sacks and has become a key rotational player as a run-stuffer for the Lions. He missed the entire 2022 season with a back injury and has played 42 games over 3 seasons while battling numerous other ailments. The Lions still have plenty of star power at the front of their defensive line with players like Alim McNeill and DJ Reader, but losing Onwuzurike hurts their depth significantly. It is unclear when Onwuzurike suffered the injury, but it was before training camp. For the Lions, who dealt with numerous injuries along their defensive line last year, it represents another blow to the team's health before the season even gets underway. The Pittsburgh Steelers are set to unveil their new uniform on July 21st. It is always an exciting time to see what type of design the organization goes with. There are plenty of routes they could take with this new jersey. Fans will demand that they hit the market in anticipation of buying the new threads. If the rumors are true, this should be a popular alternative for the Steelers this season. With different posts on social media, Pittsburgh's favorite football team has been teasing the release of the new uniforms. They have labeled it Forged in Pittsburgh in one of their posts on X. Many fans wondered if it would provide a unique customization that the franchise has never used before. According to reports, many assume this will not be a brand new design, but an alteration of the past. According to Andrew Lind of Sports Logos, the expectation is that the new jerseys and uniforms will be similar to a prior alternate fit. On July 21st, the Pittsburgh Steelers will unveil new yellow throwback helmets and matching uniforms, which our sources have now indicated will not be their current color rush design, but rather more closely resemble the throwback uniforms they wore from 2007 to 2011, as the striping pattern on the sleeves differs slightly. For those who don't remember, the Steelers' throwback uniforms worn between 2007 and 2011 were among the most popular outfits. They featured yellow helmets and a color scheme similar to the color rush jerseys. If Lynn's report is accurate, this look will be well received around Pittsburgh. However, it would have been interesting to see what other design options they might have considered. Pittsburgh Steelers' new uniform reveal could look like prior jersey appearance. The Steelers could have gone in a variety of ways rather than retread a past look. They have quality options, which could have got their fanbase excited. Pittsburgh Pirates throwback uniforms. Could you imagine the type of internet hoopla the unveiling would receive if the Steelers showed up with the Pittsburgh Pirates throwbacks? It wouldn't be the first time the team wore the city of Pittsburgh crest across their chest. It would certainly fit the mold of the team's teasing tweet, "Forged in Pittsburgh." They wore the design in the 1933 and 1994 campaigns. 2 years with this iconic look might not be enough for Steelers Nation. It fits the mold of what the team seems to be teasing. While the rumor design is likely to be popular, a modern take on the 1933 uniform from their inaugural NFL season could be a lucrative choice. It might not be the most visually appealing design, but it would highlight the deep historical roots of this storied franchise. Steelers' all-white uniform. Fans love the vintage block lettering from the 1970s, making it a smart foundation to build upon. The Steelers rock the 70s throwback uniforms with the black jerseys, but they could always double-dip at the legendary decade. White tops have become more intriguing in recent NFL lore, and that could lead to an all-white throwback at some point. It could have sold more jerseys this time around. Pittsburgh loves the vintage Steelers look, and using an all-white design with matching tops and bottoms would look awesome. You could choose a different colored helmet or the original, and both would stand out. The franchise used the uniforms during the 1970 and 1971 seasons, and it would be a nice usage of the momentum the 70s design have been commanding. Throughout the 2025 offseason, the Pittsburgh Steelers have demonstrated a full-blown commitment to reshaping their identity. With Omar Khan at the helm, the front office made bold, attention-grabbing moves, cutting ties with Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Najee Harris, and George Pickens. In their place came major acquisitions: veteran quarterback Aaron Rodgers, star wideout DK Metcalf, and tight end Jonas Smith. Still, despite these additions, questions remain about the team's offensive consistency and overall firepower. Those lingering questions led many to speculate that Pittsburgh might target Pro Bowl receiver Terry McLaurin. With years of underwhelming offensive output behind them, the Steelers would undoubtedly benefit from adding a proven, reliable playmaker like McLaurin. However, each passing day makes that possibility less likely. While Pittsburgh has been in acquisition mode, McLaurin has been dealing with a stalled contract extension with the Washington Commanders. His frustration became public recently when he admitted, "I'm pretty frustrated. I'm not going to lie." And he has reason to be. McLaurin was instrumental in Washington's overachievement last season, posting 82 receptions, 1,096 yards, and an impressive 13 touchdowns. He's more than just consistent. He's clutch, and he deserves to be compensated accordingly. It may be too late for the Pittsburgh Steelers to trade for Terry McLaurin. Unfortunately for Pittsburgh, McLaurin's price tag may now be out of reach. With his camp reportedly seeking a $30 million annual extension, the Steelers, fresh off aggressive offseason spending, would need to make financial gymnastics work to acquire and sign him long-term. That figure could be tough to swallow after handing out big contracts to Metcalf and a notable extension to TJ Watt. Khan's offseason magic freed up additional cap space by reworking Watt's new deal. Instead of earning $30 million this season, the All-Pro will receive $23.3 million in 2025. It leaves Pittsburgh with $25.3 million in cap space and saves them $7 million. The Steelers' remaining roster holes are no secret to Khan and his front office, and if anyone can find creative solutions, it's them. But even with that in mind, Pittsburgh is approaching the edge of what is financially and strategically feasible. Unless McLaurin's asking price drops or the Commanders suddenly become more open to trade discussions, a deal feels increasingly improbable. Make no mistake, Terry McLaurin would be an excellent final piece for a Steelers offense striving for elite status in 2025. However, as it stands, the gap between what is wanted and reality is widening. Khan may have already made his big swings, and unless something changes dramatically, McLaurin won't be in black and gold this fall.